Awareness, awareness, awareness. Awareness is the number one most important part of self-preservation. If you don't have awareness, all the other things don't matter much. The gun doesn't matter much. Your fighting skills don't matter much. If you don't have awareness, the rest of that stuff suffers dramatically. Now, in this video, what you're about to see, these people's awareness alone got them to get out of there with their lives, with everyone who they came with. No animals were injured. No people were injured. It's all over. However, so easily, this could have been another story. And what could have happened is this car, instead of being sideways as you see, completely came all the way to the back of the vehicle, blocking them in to where they could not get out except to floor it and try to back them out of the way. But that buys enough time for them to get up to their windows with the gun and either order them to stop moving or kill them. So let's watch the video, and we can understand from this video alone why I say awareness is number one. A gun is just a tool. You can have a gun without awareness and die very easily. Awareness with a gun, much, much harder to kill that person. So let's watch. Pay attention to both the woman and the driver. So again, luckily these people, when they came from behind, they parked to the side. Maybe they really loved their car and they didn't want it to get messed up, because most definitely they probably would have backed into that car to get out. And maybe they were just so, they loved that car so much that no, we can't risk backing them in and destroying the car. Maybe that was the key. But does every thief steal or come right up on your home to rob your home with a really nice car? Probably not. And if it was a car that they didn't give a hell about, a hoopty, and they could have pulled right up behind, right up on his tail, got out, and he could have hit the gas to back out all he wanted, but he was in a bad situation. Those guns would have been to the window, to the head, and they would have had the ability to take full control of that situation. So what is the answer then? If you're pulling up to your home to just grab something that you, leave room to get out in case someone tries to come up and back you in? It seems kind of extreme, right? It really does. And so the other option will be live your life. Live your life, have fun while you're here, and don't panic too much. Don't be paranoid. Just live. However, be aware while you live. It doesn't take anything, as I said in my other video. It doesn't take much at all to just scan. She was aware. Now, again, if they would have pulled up right behind them, different story. But if the Good Samaritans here, who were victims of an attempted robbery or kidnapping, if they had weapons, if the couple there both had firearms, their awareness plus the guns would have helped them tremendously in this situation if the car would have backed them in rather than parked to the side as they did. Okay, so just keep that in your mind. The only other way to have handled that situation, if the car would have backed into them, not backed into them, but just got right up on their tail, on their bumper, and then jumped out to rob them, the only thing else you have to survive that, firearms, guns. Without them, they would have been blocked in, and the bad guys would have had the upper hand, and it would not have looked good for that couple. Let's watch it one more time. Again, pay attention to the husband in the Range Rover and see his reactions and her reactions. Which one reacted first? Body language. So it looked to me that he actually reacted before she did. And you guys can go back and rewind in slow motion and do what you will. But from just that quick glance there, it looked like his body reaction happened just a hair before hers did. And he might have said, "Get in the car," just real quick. "Honey, get in." And she didn't ask questions. That's one thing that you may want to speak to your spouses about, fellas and ladies. Speak to your husbands about it. If you happen to be, the one who's more on the protector side, right? And that is, in a situation, I may say something with a lot of force and demand and maybe even panic, who knows? But I just want you to know that you can trust me. And if you hear me say something with that much authority, just do it. Don't ask questions. It was not time for her to stop and say, "Why? What do you mean? They might be." It's no time for that. Do it. Ask questions later, but do it now. "Honey, get in." What? I'm expecting. No, none of that. "Honey, get in." She jumped in. Get the hell out. They got out of there. And that's what it takes. It takes trust. It takes trusting your spouse, blind trust of your significant other. It takes blind trust. If I say this, you gotta go with it. Ask those questions later. Give me your blind trust. Because when shit hits the fan, it is not time to have a discussion on what makes the most sense. Should we do this? Should we do that? Not in the middle of it. Not while it's happening, because when it happens, it's happening at 200 miles an hour. And your mind is moving at 200 miles an hour. Maybe a conversation you need to make sure you have with your significant other if you have not. Crazy world. Whammy out.